Hey there, YouTube, and welcome back to Millennial Gameplay. Last time on Crash Bandicoot 2, we got forcefully taken into the warp room by a random warp in the woods to do Cortex's bidding and grab all the 25 crystals. We got a little bit of a start by getting 3 of them, and we grabbed some gems along the way. This time we're going to kick things off by heading into the pits, level 4. So in the last video, I probably went on and on about how I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream, or not 24-hour stream, but a 24-hour recording session of both Crash 2 and 3. I cannot talk right now. Well, that is absolutely still true, but how can you trust me? It's like, oh, he's just recording a bunch of videos back to back to back to back. You have absolutely no frame of reference to go on as to whether or not I'm actually going to keep my word about that. I'm just going to say, have faith in me, even though I have absolutely no faith in myself. There are going to be a few breaks. I would live stream it if not for the fact that, 2 things. One, my mic is terrible, and a lot of it, a lot of the volume that you hear is just me adding volume to it in editing. It is actually terrible. I'm still working on getting a new mic stand, but at the moment that's not quite a possibility. I'm also working on getting a decent face cam too. I do intend to start live streaming videos, and I do intend to add face cams to my videos. Not, immediately, but when the urge strikes me to, whenever I have enough money, yada yada yada. That scared me. That also scared me. Let's get rid of you. Just inch your way backwards. I can never remember which path is better to go backwards and which path is better to go forward. But if you can help it, always attack these guys sideways. That way you don't risk sliding or walking right off into a pit. There's a checkpoint, so yeah. This is what I meant before in Crash 1 whenever I mentioned that that one level led into a lot of levels in Crash 2 and 3 having these backtracking things. Actually, I think it's just Crash 2. I don't think they did this again in Crash 3. Smart. Smart of them to not do this again in Crash 3. And you could say this kind of bugs me, though, because eventually it gets really hard. I'm not gonna lie, there's probably going to be a level in the future that I'm going to die on a lot. And it is not going to be a good time for anybody. I like how they added the little bit of a machinery look to the enemies and the nitro look to the turtles and stuff. It makes them genetically modified and stuff like that. I think they just looked like normal turtles otherwise in the original. I could be wrong, there may have been machine bits, but I seem to recall that they wondering why would a bunch of normal turtles be working for my enemy. More importantly, why use animals? I never got that. He always said, this Bandicoot will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination and stuff like that. Why are you bothering with that? And I messed it up. It seems like just regular soldiers, or just a bunch of dudes with guns. He has a bunch of scientists helping him out. Why not just arm them all with guns? Yes, he arms some of them with guns, and some of them with potions and stuff like that. But it seems a lot less effective than just, shooting people. I mean, sure, it would make for a good platformer, But still, world domination seems within one's grasp whenever you don't try and use animals exclusively. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I wouldn't have the commander of my army be a Bandicoot. Ever. Yeah, the mole pits are so useless. Like I get why they did it, but at the same time, they're so useless. Like, they present no challenge whatsoever. You know, I just realized something. In retrospect, why would I think those turtles were normal turtles whenever I was a kid? They had buzzsaws shooting out their backs. I don't know, maybe I just thought turtles could do that elsewhere. Alright, with no bonus gem or anything of that sort to speak of, I'm going to head into the next level, Crash Dash. And if you couldn't guess by the name, this is another boulder level. By another, I mean the first of Crash 2, but, you know, of Crash Bandicoot games, it's another. And just like the ones in Crash 1, they have pretty awesome music. I'm gonna say Crash 1's music is better for its boulder levels, but this is still pretty good. Like, it still gets the job done in the long run. As to which ones are harder, that definitely belongs to Crash 2 over Crash 1. Because, like, Crash 2 adds a whole bunch of traps. There's this one really douche move later on in the level that I'm not gonna, you know, spoil it now, but it's just awful. Like, it's a cruel thing to do. I don't know if it's this level or the other boulder level, but I'm fairly certain it's this one. And returning from Crash Bandicoot 1 is the ever-prominent line of boxes that you have to jump on a whole bunch of times without losing count. I wonder if our intrepid hero shall ever survive. My, he's still got it, ladies and gentlemen. Never fails. One thing to take note of, if you're running from a boulder, and that boulder will destroy some boxes, that boulder to, like, destroying those boxes does count to the box total. Oh, I hit the electricity on the way back. I don't think it destroys those boxes at the very end, but I'm fairly certain that any of the rest of the boxes you can just gloss over, because it will destroy them. And you will be just fine. The level does try and be nice and give you enough of the boosters on the floor to be able to, like, get well ahead of the boulder to the point where destroying the boxes is simple and, like, you don't have to worry too much about it. If you miss them, like, don't worry too much about it because the boulder will probably destroy it. Okay. Like I said, Crash 2, probably a little harder. But that's mostly because I'm missing these small jumps that shouldn't be missable. But because, like, they took a lot of effort, a lot of painstaking effort, to be able to, like, make the holes all the way through, it's a lot harder to make those jumps. Like, except for the holes that are like that, those little rectangular holes. Like, they made those small, like, weird shaped holes harder to get through. It's weird. These shape. There you go. And there's the gem. Alright, let's get out of this level, because I want to deal with those weirdly shaped holes again. Alright, and now that we have all 5 crystals, a new pathway is open to us. The battle with our old adversary, Ripperoo. This scholarly lad continues his trend of doing absolutely nothing to hurt you, but with a new twist. You see, this time, our friend Ripperoo will kill himself for us. Fantastic. I don't think even touching him, like, will hurt you. I think the only thing that hurts you is the explosions, which is just exceptional. Here's a tip. The top is never safe, only the bottom. Let me just jump over this way. I kind of stood in the wrong spot there. There you go. He's already done and dusted. That's weird. I could have sworn he contacted you immediately after beating Ripperoo. Let's head up. Alright, down is our only option. Where are my cutscenes? Okay.
I see that Ripperoo failed to prove much of a challenge yet again. But back to business. There are crystals to be gathered, 20 to be exact. The planets will align shortly, all 13 of them, and this will create a power great enough to rip the Earth apart. Properly utilized, however, the crystals can absorb and contain the energy.
Crash, is that you? I've been looking everywhere. I don't have much time to tell you this. You have to be careful. Trusting Cortex seems a little unwise, Crash. I can't keep the data path open much longer. Crash, you need to find...
Can't keep it open much longer. I'm standing right here. Yeah. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Yeah. We're gonna do it, people. CoCo's Time Machine 2.0. But, while I know it'll make this video much shorter, we're gonna have to call it quits there. because, like I said, the setup is 3 levels and bosses count. So I'll catch you guys next time.